Hi toonheads, welcome to Toonhounds, your fortnightly foray into all things animated. I'm Smooth Jazz Rich Masters, and with me as always is the goose to my giant robot.
Yeah, sure.
The cross-eyed pug to my weird dad, Spiffsy. Hello, Spiffsy.
Coming to you live from toonhounds.com.
I should really think about those intros first before I do them, shouldn't I?
Yeah, it's fun watching you flounder.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think people like watching me cock up an intro.
Yeah.
Because so I have this thing that I never plan anything for Storylords as well. So
what, even your stories? They're all completely off the cuff.
Even my stories, they're all off the cuff. Yeah. Yeah. So
That's
it's
impressive.
an amazing talent I've developed. 20-page stories sometimes with all improv. Although still better than an AI story.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't just write loads of things in lists of threes and then say...
It wasn't this. It was this.
Yeah, what is that?
Oh, it's so annoying. Yeah, I saw one the other day.
What is that?
I was on reading some random shit on AO3, and there was one that was like, he walked, but not silently, not loudly, but quietly. Like, what does that mean? That's just so the same thing. Oh, it's unbelievable.
I once wrote in a Storylord story, he entered the room feet first, and I was like, why have I written that? And I was like, it sounds like so much like AI that I'm going to leave it in and see if I can make a joke about it on the podcast. What I meant was like almost like lackadaisical leaning back.
Yeah.
Like,
I could sort of I could see the thought process behind it, but walking into a room feet first is pretty funny.
He talked lips first.
He stared at him with his eyes.
But like, I don't know about you, but when I write now, I am more conscious of the fact that, because I used to do lists of three anyway, because
same.
like there's a rule of three
much
thing,
more
right?
reticent of it now. Like,
yeah,
I notice it a lot more when I'm doing it. And I try to stop myself, or I do lists of four instead, and think, well, you're not going to get me. I've put another one in.
Yeah. What I try and do now is try and do something, because normally it does it with like adjectives as well, where AI will list a thing of three because the rule of three is impossible for the robots to overcome. But I'll do something. Use two adjectives, a full stop, and then describe something else about it. So that it is a rule of three, but it's broken up.
Yeah,
because it feels a bit more human. But
yeah,
AI is fucking.
It's bad at doing stories, and I've become quite good at noticing it from reading fan fiction, and a lot of fan fiction writers do fall back on using it, and it's really, really obvious when it's being used. Really obvious. I don't know how people can say, "Oh, you can't always tell," because it's based on real life writing, so you can't always know. You can know. You can know.
You can. Lots of description about light as well.
Fluorescent
is a big
lights.
Tell for me. Yeah.
It's always fluorescent lights and sunlight dappling through the canopy of trees.
Or like, that shaft of light you get when curtains are half open.
Yeah.
I've noticed that a lot as well. The thing is, with when I write sci-fi stories, I often use like the hum of, machinery or the fluorescence of like bleaching detail and stuff like that. And then I'm just like, I've noticed it a lot more in AI stories, and I'm like, I can't use that. I cannot use that now. You can't use that
so
to tell
irritating.
a setting.
Yeah. The other one I found
because it doesn't mean anything
in fight scenes is they didn't step away; they stepped into the guard with "into" in italics. Like whenever there's a fight scene, it's somebody stepping into the guard. That you can't you can't put that in every story. It's very irritating.
I think the AI bubble is like on the verge of bursting at the moment.
Oh, it's gotta be.
Data centers.
Yeah,
you've got data centers drawing all the water out of the world, basically. Like the water consumption for these data centers is so high.
Yeah,
and the environmental damage to the surrounding areas. But also, like, people are just vehemently anti-AI now. Like, there's not enough jobs to go around for the amount of people there is, let alone, like, trying to outdo... Like, if actors are getting into, like, writing and voice acting because there's not enough jobs for them and there's not enough job security, you know that there is a real problem.
Yeah.
If millionaires can't like game the system anymore, you have to be a billionaire.
Yeah. I saw this.
Yeah,
thing,
that's how.
I don't know. Let me tell you this because I thought it was quite funny. There was a guy talking on, I think he was on LinkedIn or something, because I saw it on Reddit, saying AI data centers using up water. Well, actually, a single Polaroid photograph uses up more water to produce than an image made in AI. I think, well, yeah, that's true. But people aren't making millions and millions and billions of Polaroid photographs every day, are they?
No. It's ridiculous. Like, if you boil things down to statistics on a 1-to-1 level, yes, of course. But it's like the argument of,
it's like,
you
asked AI a stupid question and it used up a litre of water. What about you using up a litre of water to make your pasta of an evening? How are
one
you
is
any
nourishing
better?
and one is garbage. Right, anyway, that's Spivsy and I's take on how AI is ruining the planet.
Now let's talk about
and
robots.
People's brains. Let's talk about robots. Although, I thought about this. It would have been so easy to pair Wild Robot with Hoppers.
Yeah, I haven't seen Hoppers, but I do know what the
oh man,
it's
so
about.
good.
Yeah.
It was so good, and it was so heartfelt and funny. I absolutely loved Hoppers. It was so good.
I'll have to watch it.
It was really great. Really, really good characters, and like very similar to Wild Robot in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But also a little bit similar to Mitchell versus the Machines. So I always call it Mitchells versus the Machines. It's the Mitchells versus the Machines.
Yeah.
It just doesn't sound right.
Mitchells versus the Machines are the Mitchells versus the Machines.
Yeah. But these, I'm gonna tell you straight off the bat, everyone listening at home. If you haven't watched these films, stop listening to the podcast, please. Yep. Go and watch these films, because these films are absolutely great and you deserve the chance to watch them before you hear us spoil them.
They are fantastic films.
Like,
really, really good.
Genuinely, two of the best animated films of the last, 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I don't think they're perfect.
There's... I have problems with both of them, but it's more,
subtle problems.
It's more like filmmaking tropes and expectations put upon films, like in terms of the writing and stuff like that.
Or in the case of the Wild Robot, I think set up for a sequel rather than trying to tell its own story, which I feel is across the Spider-Verse's problem as well, which is ironic, considering Phil Lord and Christopher Miller are the producers on this and the Spider-Verse films.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about the Mitchells versus the Machines. I think it's clumsy. It's a clumsy title.
It's a strange title. Yeah, I prefer Mitchells.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is. I don't know if this is like a social, multicultural thing where I find it weird when people refer to themselves by their family name with a "the" in front of it. Like the Simpsons.
The Masters is.
Yeah, it doesn't work for me. Like when they have in movies where somebody will answer the phone and say, "You're through to the Johnson residence." I think that's it's a bit arrogant to me. I don't know. It's like
it is weird.
Yeah,
it is weird. Well, it's weirder here as well because Rachel has her own kept her surname because she has
a cool surname.
She's got papers.
Yeah,
but yes, her surname is much cool. Well, it's not much cooler than Masters. Masters is a cool surname, but Nightingale is definitely a better surname. She sounds like a fictional detective. But also Evan has a birth surname. So we've all technically got different surnames, so we couldn't really say the Masters Nightingale's blank household. It would make a lot of sense. But yeah, I agree with you. I find it weird.
Yeah.
Simpsons residents, no.
No, it'd be weird.
You just say hello.
Yeah.
Say hello like a normal person, not a psychopath. So this film is a Sony Netflix joint.
By
from
Lord and Miller.
2021
was it?
Yeah, I know. 5 years ago. It's fucking crazy, isn't it?
I think it's crazy that the entire film is set
out.
during the months between September and whenever the school year starts in 2020. It's like mid-COVID is Mitchell's versus the Machines.
Yeah, but that's I feel like that inadvertently is a bit of a influence, even though they couldn't have predicted
it's an apocalyptic film.
Yeah, and the whole world is empty. It's just the Mitchells. They have to cope on their own. They have no external stimuli in terms of other people. I think that actually is quite a good COVID analogue. As a film. It's. I think they did this between Into and Across, didn't they?
It would have been, yeah. Into was 2016, and Across was 2022. I want to say.
So long between these films.
So long ago. Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. Get the third one out, for fuck's sake. Pay your animators. So
it's that you can see a lot of influences from the Into and Across Spider-Verse films in this, in the style of the animation. It's a lot of mixed media, a lot of quick shots of different things. The animation style will change immediately and then go back to the way it was before. There's a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah. Lots of cutaway humour as well.
Yeah.
And lots of callback jokes.
Yeah.
Which I really do appreciate. The script is really tight. Like,
it is.
Mike Riandra and Jeff Rowe did a really good job of everything pays off.
Yeah. This is a Chekhov's gun of a movie where everything you see in the movie pays off in some way at the end.
Including one of my favourite ones, which is Doug the Pug and his cross-eyed dumbassness.
Yeah.
Coming back to payoff, but ultimately the payoff being a massive joke as well. I really love Doug. I think he's one of the joys of this movie is that all the characters are inherently lovable.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. I think his name's Monkshi in this. He's the Doug the Pug voiced him. She's one of the first. It's an actual real dog that voiced the character.
Mochi, really
and it was named after the, I want to say, writer's pug from when he was younger. He had a pug called Monkey.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. I love, my favourite character is Linda, the mum. I think she's got. I think Maya Rudolph is a really good comedy actor, but also she's really good comedically as a voice actor. I think she's really, really good. But she has big Linda from Bob's Burgers energy.
Yeah, I did notice.
It's Linda,
that as
isn't
well.
it?
Yeah, it's Linda. Yeah.
Linda. It's a Linda thing.
Yeah, it's a Linda thing.
But I also really, really like Aaron.
I love brother. Aaron. I think he's so funny.
He's the best character.
He's my favourite character, I think. His panic when he has to talk to a girl and he jumps out of a window. That's so funny.
Yeah. The only person I think isn't great is Olivia Colman.
Yeah, it's
too much.
Olivia Colman plays Olivia Colman. It feels like she doesn't have a lot of range now. I think she did at one point, but now she's kind of been typecast into received pronunciation British villain in a way. Like the characters she plays now aren't the characters that she played in Peep Show or
Hot Fuzz
or Hot Fuzz. Like she just plays the same character now. It feels like. Yeah,
she's become the new Judi Dench.
Yeah.
Whereas Judi Dench and Helen Mirren and people like that, and Maggie Smith. Maggie Smith, I feel that's a bit unfair to, because I think actually Maggie Smith, if you compare how she is in something like Downton Abbey and how she is in Harry Potter Cough, those are two different complete characters.
Yeah.
Whereas Judi dench and people like Helen Mirren just became themselves in films.
Yeah.
And I feel like Olivia Colman is doing that as well. She's nowhere near as interesting as an actor as she used to be, which I feel is quite sad, because she's one of those once in a lifetime generational actors who is really great.
She's talented. She's incredibly talented, and she's great in everything that she's in. But she's got no range now. Like, she's not allowed to have range.
That's it. She has got range, but she's not allowed to have it.
Yeah.
I feel like they're asking for a Olivia Colman type, and then being like, why don't we just call Olivia Colman? Rather than like
Hollywood British lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
have we got? Yeah, exactly. It's really interesting because I feel like the character doesn't feel like a villain.
It felt the villain in Mitchell's vs Machines feels more like a means to an end. Like they needed to have something or someone to fill the role of a villain. I'm surprised they just didn't make it the Mark Bowman, make him the primary villain, because that would have made sense in like a evil tech billionaire CEO sort of thing. But maybe that would have been too obvious. Like
maybe,
because it would make sense to me, but I can sort of understand why they didn't do it.
Yeah, and it would be hard to get the isolationist sort of like, why would he be kidnapping the humans kind of deal.
Yeah.
Like, the whole premise of the movie and what makes it quite special is like this dysfunctional mess of a family have to come together because they're the only people left on Earth who can fight the machines.
Yeah.
Whereas if you had... You could spin the movie as almost like a zombie movie. Where Bowman makes people mindless drones. Through like some sort of meta glasses or something like that.
I'm very glad they didn't do that though, because that is so like cliche. Yeah.
But like, you see how they could have done that. You're
obsessed with your phones, you zombies. Which would have been from Sony. Would have been so like look in the mirror, like you.
Well, it's like
make phones.
It's like the thing about, like, I love WALL-E as a concept. I love WALL-E as a movie, but when you consider it is made by Disney, one of the most polluting companies that want to, like, so sugar enriched in their theme parks and stuff, and like it's like the message is don't get fat and lazy and not care about things. Oh, by the way, we're just we're one of the biggest conglomerates and we don't give a shit about anything but money.
It's the same thing with Toy Story. With like I like them making a Forky play set for like $40. Where it's the whole idea was meant to be that you can make your own fun, but it's very weird. Yeah,
you can make your own fun for $49.99. It's really hypocritical. So I am glad that. So I think like Mitchell and Lord are very switched on. In terms of, I know they're only producers on this, and I know that it was like Mike Rianda and Jeff Rowe that wrote the script. Jeff Rowe of Mutant Mayhem fame and Gravity Falls, which is why Mike Rianda is working on it as well, because he did a lot of work on Gravity Falls as creative director.
Like Alex Hirsch was like a consultant or something.
Was he indeed?
I think so. Yeah. It was involved in some way. I can't remember what way it was, but it was something like it was a first for an animated feature to have that kind of role in the staff. But I don't remember what it was. I think he was a creative consultant.
Okay.
I was quite glad that with all the the technology stuff and the evils of phones and stuff like that, they don't do that in the film. There's no point where it's like it's phones are the problem. Like phones help them throughout the entire film. Like. It's the usefulness of the technology.
Well, and also the robots that eventually become family members help them. Like, the PAL system isn't... you're right, they're not doing the whole hypocritical, like, while you're watching on a television or a tablet, technology is the problem. It's actually humanity's discarding of things that it doesn't find useful anymore is the problem.
Yeah.
Like, casual, like... complete cut-offness, however you want to describe that. Like, I think that's the real problem. Because, and also not being able to be empathetic. Like, the real through line in both these films is the teaching of empathy. This is a real example of this, because the central theme is not how the family are fighting robots. It's the relationship between Katie and Rick.
Yes, yeah.
Which I feel is really well done.
There's a lot of stuff in it about like using technology to better understand your vision of the world as well through like the filmmaking process, and how Linda takes pictures of everything, and Aaron's one attempt at trying to better communicate with the rest of the human race is by phoning up random people to talk to them about dinosaurs. It's like you can use technology to like link yourself to other people. It's like there doesn't need to be a negative connotation to it. And it even like culminates in Rick having to stop being so Luddite-esque and actually learn how to use a computer in order to save the world. Yeah,
absolutely. And I feel that's like a nice bit as well. It's played for laughs, obviously, and at the end. But it's also really... the film does a really good job of explaining why Rick feels more connected with nature. It's about like tactile memory and things like that, and he can feel his family moving away from him, but also he is to blame for that because he has not gone along for the ride with them. But the memories of how he used to be, and why he gave up some of his dreams, is only able to be transmitted because of the technology.
Yes,
because Linda took home movies. Essentially. I love that bit where he's built that cabin by hand, and you find out that the moose is like part of the cabin.
Yeah,
and he is visibly like heartbroken that they have to move away. But he knows that it's the right thing to do because he has a family now. I think that is such a great message, because it is like the only way that people become good parents is to realise that you cannot be selfish anymore.
Mm-hmm. There's somebody else.
You have to give up lots of things. You're not your primary concern anymore. And I think that's why so many parents are bad parents, because they
refuse
want
to do that sort of thing.
Yeah, they forget that they've brought a life into the world. So, 80% of their existence now for the next 18 years and beyond is realising that you can't do all the things you want because you've got someone to look after.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think if more people realise that, maybe we wouldn't have so many unwanted kids in the world.
Yeah.
Or unloved kids.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
Yeah, the family dynamics in Mitchell's vs. Machines is really well thought out, I think, where it's not like they're like they love each other, but it's not done in a saccharine sweet Brady Bunch sort of way. It's like they have issues amongst themselves and worry about how other people could perceive them as a family, but it's done well. It's like the problems don't go away, but they manage to just realise that a lot of the issues that they have with each other don't really matter in the long run because they're just, things. Like it's pointless trying to compare yourself to the other families.
Yeah,
I thought it was really funny that the Posies, the perfect neighbours from next door, they suck in the long run.
When they first get introduced and they do the butterfly attack and they go over people, and then Rick tries to copy it, and then basically that's one of the funniest bits of the film. He like backflips over Linda and then crushes her, and then Aaron pushes him into the door and he smacks his face. I think that is perfect analogy of grass is always greener. And people don't have it together. People don't Isn't there a line I can't remember at the end where they're like, we were always quite intimidated by you.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? I
think so.
If it was a thing. Yeah. Or me thinking like it should be a thing.
Yeah.
And
but they're still called the weird family from next door.
Yeah. I mean, they are. But
they are a weird family.
I feel like they're quirky weird, not horrible weird.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's something that people always struggle with. And I think it's a big reason why people are depressed sometimes. Because they judge themselves by how they think they appear in other people's eyes. And my dad once gave me a really good piece of advice. I'm quite close with my dad. And he always gave me this piece of advice that no one cares about you as much as you care about you.
Yeah.
And when he said that, I was like, that's a really shitty thing to say. But what he meant was, when you leave someone's field of vision, you don't play on their mind as much because their own situation plays on their mind.
Yeah, it's like
if you say something stupid to me, I instantly forget it, and accept it because you're my friend. Whereas actually you might think, oh,
Thank
shit,
God.
I said that stupid thing to Rich.
Yeah.
And he's going to think I'm an idiot for like 10 years now. I don't. Genuinely
Yeah.
don't. I don't remember
I've said
what
that
people
stupid
say.
thing. I'll have to remember to edit that out of the podcast so I look like a genius. It's like a thing Jacob from Drawfee said on a stream once, that when you're like getting people are being a dickhead on like stream and stuff, once the computer's turned off, they don't exist anymore. Like they are they're a being outside of your field of vision. So why give a shit about what they think about anything? Like they just don't exist. They're not people anymore. I think that's a great way to do any kind of online content.
Yeah. Well, also it's so easy to, in the heat of the moment, say something or type something and not think about the impact it might have on someone. We as a species have lost a lot of empathy, I think, through technology. I feel like we've put up a barrier between ourselves as humans. Like, you and I have never met. We're friends. We've been friends for about 10 years now. We have never met. We talk on a daily basis. I would say there isn't a day that we talk less than we used to because we do this now. But for a while, we were like, especially with the M-Class Discord, we would talk every day. For at least an hour. And I think that element of connectivity through technology is fantastic, right? We've never met Poppy, but we're really good friends with Poppy, Sean, Matt, everyone, like Jason. We have a really like good friendship group online. However, there are a certain section of society, I want to call them massive pricks, that essentially, ironically, that don't have massive pricks, that can sit behind a computer and just spout like the vilest shit, thinking that they don't have it's like they're shouting over the garden wall and there's no repercussion for that, so there's no empathy. And I think that's really sad.
I like that in Mixtures versus Machines, when we see the clips from Katie's childhood, when she was bullied at school. She eventually finds her people through the internet. Like it's thanks to the online capabilities of the internet that she manages to make friends for the first time, which is brilliant, because that is like the greatest thing about the internet. It's like if you are interested in a thing that like 1% of the population of the internet are into, that's like 100,000 people who like the same thing as you. It's crazy when you think about it like that. And it's like doing this is something that, like, I always think if we reach like 5 people, that's probably ambitious for this podcast. If we reach people, we get like 100-ish.
But if we reach 5 people and make their day better, I feel like that is a really nice thing. And we always say that we don't do this show for the money, because if we did, we'd be in trouble. But I genuinely like, I get to talk to a good friend every 2 weeks, and I get to then watch things that I have not seen before or haven't seen for a long time, and talk about them with someone who I enjoy conversing with. But also, we get to show these things to people. And we get to recommend things to people. And
I think the internet is fantastic. I think it's one of the greatest inventions that has ever been made. It's a shame that like billionaires are ruining it for everybody. It got co-opted by dickheads. But I think as a concept, it is a fantastic piece of technology. We just need to like go back to the roots of why it was such a fantastic piece of technology. And I think Mixtures versus Machines does a lot to show what that is.
Yeah, exactly. Like when the intro of the internet with like early YouTube and MySpace and stuff like that, that was when the internet was great. Now it's like the history of the internet is summed up by Angry Video Game Nerd, when it used to be good and now it's just utterly devoid of any content.
Because it got taken over by a content creation group, where he stopped making videos that he wanted to make and was only making them because he felt some kind of they had to, felt an obligation to make them. You can tell,
well, when the money got involved.
Yeah, it was like when you got to the HD era of Angry Video Game Nerd, the magic just disappeared. Like, I would say that the Rob the Robot episode is like the series finale, and after that it's just floundering.
Yeah, there's a couple of good ones after that, like the Earthbound retrospective, but I feel like nothing compared to the original days.
Yeah, it's a shame.
I think like Mitchell versus the Machines is a perfect encapsulation of the best things and the worst things about technology.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Without being too judgmental about like it shouldn't exist. Because it paints social media in a really good light and also in a terrible light. Yeah,
it does, yeah. And you have to remember this is pre Musk Twitter.
Yeah.
It was before all of that happened, and we had like, the billionaires taking over the only means of communication for 90% of the world. But I kind of have to read it with that context in mind, because they do sort of... I feel like if they made it now, they probably wouldn't have Mark Bowman be such a non-combative character. Yeah.
But like you say, I'm glad they didn't go down that route. Because then the villain is sympathetic in a certain sense. Like, she feels that she has been hard done by, and she has.
Mm-hmm.
He was just going to delete her, which is insane, because like, I imagine, I don't use AI, but I imagine that if I did, I would be quite like, I would have to say please and thank you and stuff like that to it, because that's how I've been raised, right? It wouldn't be a tool to me. It would be a almost like, I can understand why people make friends with AI. Let's just say that.
I can see the it's... I mean, people say like please and thank you to like chairs when they bump into them, like...
or automatic doors when they I can see that, especially if you're someone who lives quite a lonely existence. Like, you don't have much human interaction during the day or something, because you might work from home, or you might not work, or like, I've noticed that since... Oh, this is going to sound like a humble brag, Spiffsy, and I really apologise. Since I've started going to the gym...
Oh, here we go.
So I took my headphones out, and I spoke to like 4 or 5 people at the gym. And I was like, why am I doing this?
Yeah,
like,
put your headphones back on, you freak.
I know... Well, they were playing really good music. So I heard like... I heard some Queens of the Stone Age playing outside of my headphones, and I was like, what world have I entered? And then I took my headphones off, and they were playing Metallica, and they were playing some good Nirvana, and I was like, I want to listen to this. And then people started talking to me, and I started talking back to them, and I was very surprised at how quickly it was to socialise with people. And I think that this film is a good example of that, of when we know when to disengage, we learn how to re-engage.
Yeah, I think that's like the tenet of the film, isn't it? Like, technology doesn't have to be the barrier that people perceive it to be. It can be a helpful thing, but it's, limitations to it. It's like with everything in moderation. Yeah.
Everything in moderation.
Especially heroin.
Have that giant cake.
Yeah.
Have that giant cake, but not every day.
Yeah,
See
exactly.
it as a treat. Although I'm very... I don't like food being described as good or bad, because I feel like that is the way to eating disorders.
Yeah.
But I don't like anything being described as purely good or purely bad. I think those are reductive adjectives, good and bad. Because a giant pistachio cream-filled croissant from my local bakery is not good or bad. It is delicious, but it also has health ramifications for you. And it has lots of other things. You might have a sugar crash, but sometimes you need that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I need to watch a shit movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes I need to watch a good movie. Go on,
I made a killer brownie yesterday.
Ooh, I love
great brownies I made yesterday. Like,
was it gooey?
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was gooey, and it was all soft and fluffy as well. It was amazing.
It was really good.
Yeah, I put Bourneville chocolate in it. Just chunks of Bourneville.
I love Bourneville dark chocolate.
And it all melted inside it. It was great.
My so my brownie recipe has lots of almonds in it because I feel like if you substitute some flour for some like almond powder, I feel like that is the way to go with brownies. Unless you've got nut allergy, don't take that advice.
Yeah, I was meant to
don't
put
die, please.
The recipe I was following, I was meant to put pecans in it, but I couldn't find any anywhere in the shop, so I just didn't bother.
They're really expensive as well.
I could have put walnuts in, I suppose, but then I thought I'm not really into nuts in brownies, so I just didn't bother. I just ignored that bit. But also, the recipe I was following said to put in 300 grams of sugar, which unbelievable amount of sugar. That's like a third of an entire a kilogram of sugar. I'm not putting that much into a brownie. It would have been so sweet. So I guess ignore.
I feel like you can sub sugar with like honey or medjool dates as well, and that's quite good.
Yeah, I just didn't put that much in. I put in like 180, and said that's. I was pouring it on the plate, measuring it, like weighing it out. I thought this is way too much already. When I got like halfway, I thought, nah, I'm ignoring what they're telling me to do because I already put like 150 grams of dark chocolate in there. I thought if it's dark chocolate and I put that much sugar in, it's going to ruin the taste of the dark chocolate. It's not going to taste like dark chocolate anymore.
Yeah, that's it. It's not this is why I don't have like chocolate powder on my coffee when I have like a cappuccino or something. I want to taste the coffee, and everyone says to me like, "Why are you getting a cappuccino?" Because I want more coffee content than milk. So I don't want a flat white or a latte.
Yeah.
But I don't want to taste chocolate when I'm drinking a fucking coffee. Otherwise, I would have had a mocha, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
This is a very middle class podcast we've become. Brownie recipes and the benefits of not having chocolate on your coffee.
I would never ever have chocolate on a cappuccino because I'd never ever have a cappuccino because hot milk in coffee makes me gag. I think it's absolutely disgusting. Yeah.
I'm more an Americano person.
Like a milk carton full of milk in pour over coffee, just to like change the colour of it and give it a bit more texture. But the amount of milk that they put in like lattes and cappuccinos would make me feel sick. Like it really does me in.
Lattes is like 4 measurements of milk to 1 measurement of coffee. So you're essentially drinking coffee flavoured milk. I don't understand that.
No, I think it's gross.
Yeah.
When it gets frothy as well. Ugh.
I love a cappuccino. I love it, but it's a real trick. The difference is I don't drink regular milk in my coffee. I only drink oat milk.
Yeah,
so
oat milk
just it's
different. Like you get different taste to it. I prefer almond milk to oat milk, but I am reticent
sometimes.
of the environmental impact of almond milk, so I do feel bad about it when I have it. So I usually just have regular milk. Semi-skimmed.
Ironically, regular milk has less of an environmental impact than some of the vegan milks.
I had cashew milk once, and that was nice.
Pea milk is supposed to be good as well, but I'm not really sure about putting that in my coffee and stuff. It reminds me of the Red Dwarf joke about Dave. We ran out of cow's milk ages ago. What are we on now? The dog milk. And I'm like, why are they milking dogs? Why are they milking dogs?
It's like the rat milk in The Simpsons.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say about this. It's great.
I love this movie. I love all of the characters. Katie Mitchell is one of my favourite animated film characters in a long, long time. I have a lot of similarities to Katie, I feel like, as a film student. When I just recently graduated when this movie came out, so I had all the film student stuff, and it was very similar. I love this movie. I think it's great. Yeah, nice LGBTQ representation with the main character as well, and they don't try to hide it behind anything. It is front and center.
Well, also it is how do I say this in a positive way? It wasn't the be all and end all of her character.
Yep.
She wasn't on some the thing that happened. They didn't. So here's why I say this. Just finished Stranger Things, and they made a massive deal of Will being gay just before they went off to fight the apocalypse.
Yeah.
And I was like, this isn't how humans talk.
I feel like
have a sit down with you.
With Katie, it's a major aspect of her character, but it's just part of her character.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's
it's like she's autistic coded as well, and that's a major part of her character.
And her brother is as well.
Yeah, I think the whole family is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because Rick can't express his emotions. Linda is very overtly emotional in a lot of ways. They definitely are all neurodiverse.
Yeah.
Which I hate. I hate being like. I feel like white people do this too much, pointing out that people are neurodiverse.
Yeah.
Everyone's neurodiverse. I don't think
I don't know. I don't think everybody is neurodiverse. I think that's a.
I think we're all on the.
No.
I think right.
I think it's an oversimplification a bit. Because
I've
known neurotypical people, and neurotypical people are a different breed. Bunch of freaks.
See, I don't know what. It might say a lot about my the social circles I hang out in.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I know a lot of neurotypical people.
I was thinking about this the other day. That Threads, the Meta equivalent to Twitter. I don't know a single person who uses Threads. I've never known anybody who has mentioned it, shared screenshots from it, or anything like that. There are 400 million monthly Threads users in the world.
Wow.
Who are these people? That's how I feel about like neurotypical stuff. There is an entire universe of people that I have absolutely no connection to, who are living completely different lives to me, and I assume that a majority of them are probably not neurodivergent.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I genuinely don't know. I don't feel that sometimes. I feel like labels can be really reductive, and I feel like some people can present as neurotypical on a certain day. Like I always think my wife is quite neurotypical in a lot of ways, and then something will happen and she will completely detach from all emotion and go into a robotic state to get through something. And I'm like, oh wait, no way are you neurotypical in any way, shape or form. You're just very good at masking.
Yeah.
But then I also think like
I'm glad that I've been like formally diagnosed with stuff now, so I could have like that. I used to do I've got generalized anxiety disorder and depression, like properly diagnosed now. And for a long time, I would think, well, nobody's told me I have, so maybe I am just like masking to an extent where I don't have it. Yeah, like am I just making this up? But no, I've got like proper documentation now. Thank you very much. So nobody can say anything to me, including myself.
Yeah. Knowing is half the battle, to quote G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
The bastion of all knowledge, G.I. Joe. I know we haven't talked too much about the plot, but I don't feel like we should talk too much about the plot because I don't want to spoil the plot for a lot of people.
This is one of those.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's one of those movies where it's more interesting to talk about what the film is about rather than what happens.
Yeah.
I feel the same way with Wild Robot as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I feel like we're going to be doing that. So it's going to be a vibes-based episode. Yeah. God, I hate it just saying that.
Vibes-based. Oh, no.
That's... Yeah. I would give this a 9.5 out of 10.
I love this movie. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. It's like one of my favourite movies that's ever been made. The year this thing came out was my favourite movie of the year. I love it so much.
I could see that. It's really... Like, Danny McBride is such a good voice actor, man.
Yeah.
Really great. Is Danny McBride problematic?
I don't think so. I don't know. It's Danny Masterson who's problematic. He's the rapist.
He is.
I know he works
on. I know he worked on films with like James Franco, but then so did Seth Rogen, and Seth
everybody did.
He's become like a hero of mine. So did loads of people. He's done so much voice acting as well. Like he was in Despicable Me, Kung Fu Panda. He was in Sausage Party, which but he's had a bit of a sort of like, I don't know, like
I feel like he
hasn't done much recently. Yeah, he definitely did. He definitely did.
I think he's really funny in Land of the Lost. Like that movie sucks, but he's really funny in that.
Yeah, he's good in Up in the Air as well. The George Clooney film.
Is he in Talladega Nights? Is he one of Ricky Bobby's friends?
Maybe. He has a lot of uncredited roles in stuff like that as well, doesn't he?
Yeah. I think he might be in the hospital scene when Ricky Bobby stabs himself in the leg with a knife.
I remember watching him in Alien Covenant and thinking, this is the only good character in this film.
Yeah.
Because he's the only one who has a human reaction to things. Like his wife is about to die and he takes the ship down onto the planet. And they're like, no, you can't do that. The ship might break apart. And he was like, but my wife is going to die unless we go down. So fuck you, I'm the captain. He has a really human response in a film full of really stupid things that happen. I like Danny McBride. I think the whole voice cast in this
great.
really,
Yeah.
really good.
I can't remember his name, but the guy who voices Aaron.
Voices the director.
It's the director, isn't it? Yeah, he he voice acts like a few side characters in it as well, and it really goes. Yeah. It's got a lot of range in his voice acting abilities because it doesn't sound like the same character for any of them. He's the guy in the Dino Stop who says that he likes fun and he gets taken away. Yeah, that was him as well.
He also does the voice of the talking dog, the pal talking dog.
And the Furbies as well.
The Furby, the giant Furby. That is genuinely, the giant Furby coming out is one of the best things in the film. So funny.
Why did they make that?
A good point. But for me, it's 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah,
I'd watch
great.
this.
Yeah.
I'd watch this all the time. Evan likes this film as well. He's watched it a couple of times.
Sequel has been greenlit. We're meant to be getting a sequel. Which has gone through a few, different iterations and names and stuff. Where originally it was just called Mitchells vs. the Machines 2, but I believe now the working title is Mitchells vs. the Mitchells, and it's going to be like a clone thing, I assume.
That's
quite
cool.
funny. Yeah,
that's really cool. Like the machines as clones.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. That'd be fun. They do. Cool. They go through a lot of different titles in the credits as well of what sequels could be, and there's stuff like Mitchells versus Dinosaurs, Mitchells versus the Aliens, and stuff like that. They could make a franchise out of this, I think.
Yeah.
At least an animated series. I would love a cartoon of this.
Yeah, it would be really good. I do think Sony do animation really well.
Yeah, they're good at it. Yeah.
Frustratingly good at it because I think it's the thing that keeps the Spider-Man franchise from going back to where it should be. However, I think one of the things that I was genuinely surprised about this film is how little the if you had told me that it would be heavily leaning into meme culture and filters and stuff like that, I would have been like, I'm out, I'm gone. I don't want anything to do with this. But actually, it does not overstay its welcome. And when it's used, it is used to both mock and highlight the best parts of meme and filter culture and that sort of stuff. Yeah, really I think it
works well. It helps that Katie is 17, 18 years old, where she's young enough to still be enjoying that kind of thing without it feeling performative. It doesn't feel like a hello fellow kids sort of thing.
No. It at the Annie Awards, it won Best Anime. It swept all the categories in the year it was out, making it the second film by Sony to do so after Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which also would have been a worthy film to do that. Yeah. I love One Call Films, the production company. I think they do just really good stuff.
Brilliant stuff.
Yeah. Great. Right, shall we move on to The Wild Robot?
Yes, let's do that.
I do have a personal connection with this because Rachel and I used to read The Wild Robot to Evan.
Oh,
yeah, we've read the books, so we know. I'd never seen the film, mainly because I wanted to buy it on. Oh, this is a boring aside, but I wanted to buy a special edition of it, and they instead of releasing just a standard steelbook, they released some stupid special edition with loads of stuff in it for £70, and I was like, "Whoa, I don't love it that much." But the books are really good. Bit more insular because they're mainly about Roz's sort of internal processing and stuff like that. But there's 4 books. I think we've read 3, but there's 4 books.
That's interesting.
This came out 2 years ago, which is insane to me.
Yeah, it feels like it came out a week ago. It doesn't feel like it's been 2 years. Because I remember people telling me to go and see this, and that it was really good.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like it was 2 years ago.
It also won 9 Annies, so you can tell that this is good.
It's the award-winning episode of Toonhounds this week.
Yes. $78 million budget, box office $334 million.
Yeah, I had to buy the Blu-ray to be able to watch this because it is not available on streaming anywhere. Yeah.
I
Which
tried
was really shocked by. It's not anywhere. You can't rent it. You can only buy it.
I used my VPN to watch it on Danish Netflix, and then with half an hour left, they were like, "You're watching via a proxy. You can't watch the rest of this." And I was like, "Fuck you!" And then had to go and buy it. But I bought it in 4K because it was on offer. I
think mine's 4K as well. Yeah,
it is beautiful.
It looks fantastic. It looks amazing. Yeah. It's the same. Is it the same process they use for Last Wish? I feel like it is.
I don't know.
It's sort of like a
maybe.
Yeah, it's very painterly.
It does look like an oil painting. So yeah, this one was directed by, and the screenplay was by Chris Sanders, who is Lilo and Stitch, How to Train Your Dragon, The Croods, fame.
It is crazy to me how there's such like a range of quality in DreamWorks pictures.
Yeah,
where you can go from shit like The Croods to The Wild Robot.
Ants.
Yeah, he's nuts. Like there is like a range of quality in Disney productions as well and Pixar, but never to the extent that it feels like with DreamWorks. Like for a long time, DreamWorks was a joke. Like they were the not Disney. Like they were just trying to pretend to be Disney and were doing rip-offs of other films. But now it feels like they've really come into their own and they're making proper quality products all the time. Like I've even like the new Minions movie. I mean, I know this is Illumination, but it's like just the whole industry as a whole. The new Minions movie has got a 93% of Rotten Tomatoes for a Minions film. Like it's crazy. Like everybody is really trying their best to go against Disney and Pixar. They're not the be all and end all of the industry anymore.
No, they're absolutely not. I quite like that they have like a varying back catalogue. It makes me think of them as like the Disney, the sort of like upstart Disney. So Disney, like they take lots of risks, and they, you know, you can't. Not every film can be a How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah,
They try and get that. What DreamWorks are really good at, and also really bad at, are catching the lightning in a bottle moments. Like, they're definitely films that Disney have turned down. You can tell them sometimes. Because How to Train Your Dragon feels like it should be a Disney movie at times.
Yeah. I think DreamWorks is really good at not talking down to children. They won't sugarcoat the more, you know, dangerous aspects of life. Like with Wild Robot, they don't pretend that the animals, the funny talking animals living on this island, aren't killing each other for food.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, like, prior to Hoppers, I would not expect them to ever mention that in a Disney production.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, they do in Hoppers.
They do, yeah. They do, yeah. Which is what these two films are really similar. I kind of wish we'd done them together, but we definitely need to do Hoppers soon. So let's we're talking about DreamWorks. When you think about their back catalogue, you've got Prince of Egypt, like genuinely one of the best animated films probably ever made. It's so underrated. You've got some of the recent Wallace and Gromit stuff that was distributed. Yeah. You've got Shrek, obviously.
Yep.
Madagascar, which is a franchise I cannot get on with.
I watched and enjoyed the first two, thought they were fine, never watched any of the others.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you've got Kung Fu Panda, How to Train Your Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragon is like the trilogy of How to Train Your Dragon films are probably the best trilogy of animated films that have ever been made.
I've only ever seen the first one.
And I don't think that's like a controversial thing to say.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like as a whole, they are perfect films.
That's good.
Yeah.
Then you've got Trolls, which I've never seen.
I watched World Tour. It's pretty funny. It's quite a funny movie.
Is it good?
Yeah. Yeah. It's not, it's not groundbreaking, but it's pretty funny. I put it in the same category as like Sherman and Peabody. It's like watchable, but people wouldn't be saying like this is the quintessential DreamWorks experience or anything.
Okay. And then you've got, more recently, you've got the Bad Guys franchises.
Yeah.
Which the Bad Guys one is really, really good. Really good. I've not seen the second one.
is Captain Underpants DreamWorks, or is that Blue Sky and Illumination?
Don't know. Yep, no. DreamWorks Animation's last film distributed by 20th Century Fox was Captain Underpants: The First Epic Movie.
Okay, yeah. What about Dogman?
I don't know. Evan
I would have thought Dogman was. That's the same guy, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Isn't it? I thought it was made by the dude who made Captain Underpants.
I don't know if it's made by the same person. It might be, but it's definitely not by DreamWorks.
Oh, okay. That's funny. Well,
there you go.
I like DreamWorks as a company. I think they make really good stuff.
I do too.
I enjoy them. I think I enjoy DreamWorks more than Pixar.
Yeah. I think Pixar takes a safe option.
Yeah.
And it makes it feel like every one of their films. I'm never excited to go and see a Pixar film.
No, I haven't.
I think the magic of things like Incredibles 1 and WALL-E and Toy Story 1 to 3, I think that magic has gone.
I've heard fantastic things about Toy Story 5, regardless of whether people think it should exist or not.
Yeah.
Like they make good films. I've never, my entire life, I've never really been that big into Pixar. There's loads I haven't seen. Yeah. I've never seen Inside Out. I've just never had any interest in it.
I think the formula of inanimate thing has feelings.
Yeah.
Or inanimate concept has feelings or represents feelings is very boring. It's like it's very one note. Whereas I walk into a DreamWorks film and I don't know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
I did know. Ironically, I did with this because I read the books. So but
the last Pixar film that I watched and thought I really enjoyed this, because I haven't seen Hoppers, so I'm not going to include that. Was Luca. I really enjoyed Luca.
Yeah.
And then the rest of their output, I've just been like, yeah, whatever. Like, Onward sucked. Onward was a bad movie.
Yeah, Onward did suck.
Yeah.
Hoppers is genuinely one of the best Pixar films, I think. I think it was so much fun. It was very, very heartfelt. It felt more like a DreamWorks film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it wasn't about... things
Wild Robot. I feel like before I watched Wild Robot, a lot of the opinions I'd read online had been it being a tearjerker, that it made people cry. I didn't get that.
I didn't get that.
I didn't get that at all. But I can appreciate the level of emotion that they show in a DreamWorks movie. Like they don't.
Yeah.
They do good emotion, but not to the extent of feeling performative. Where it's like, we're trying to make people cry.
And maybe that's why people did cry, because it's definitely a film about found family, right?
Yeah.
And adoption and, empathetic outlooks and understanding other people's place in the world, which I suppose is empathy. And I suppose if you have an unsecure bond with your parents, maybe, I could see how this might be a bit triggering. If you have, if you'd been adopted and it broke down or something, or let's say if you were currently being ostracized or bullied by people or your family or whatever, I can imagine that this film would really upset you.
Yeah.
Because it is this is how your family should be, or your friends should be.
Yeah. I feel like being told that it was going to be a tearjerker and make people cry did give me unfounded expectations for where the plot was going to go, because I was certain that one of the main characters was going to be killed in a really traumatic way. The only character who does get killed is basically off screen, and he does it in a very heroic fashion, and it's not really a sad moment because Long Neck had only been in it for 10 minutes.
Long Neck.
He hadn't been in it long enough for it to be emotionally impactful, I don't think.
Yeah. Do you know, I agree, and I feel like in the book that is a little bit more developed, maybe. But again, it is a kid's book. Yeah. I feel like the things like the crushing of the nest and the
there's sad moments, but I feel like they're framed as just nature being nature.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
There's. there's a natural element to the things that happen that if you are the sort of person who cries at a David Attenborough documentary, you might cry at this. But actually, I feel like it was the things that happened needed to happen.
Yeah.
Well, how did you feel about the film? Almost seems split in two, and I feel like this is the bit that bugs me a little bit about this. It's not.
Yeah.
It makes it feel like it's set up for a sequel. Right?
Yeah, I left the room for like 5 seconds because my cat was being weird outside. During
suddenly it was a different film.
Yeah, and I came back and Bright Bill was grown up. It's like I left in that like split second where the scene transitioned into the future, and I was like, "What's going on here? Have I missed like 10 minutes of content? I don't know what's going on." So that confused me a bit, and the way Roz's mannerisms and vocal patterns and stuff change over the course of the film, I feel are quite abrupt. Where to begin with, she's the very robotic, how was my task completed sort of thing. Yeah. And then when she goes to see the robots that have been washed up on the shore and she rebuilds one of them, I can't remember what she calls it, she suddenly seems... Rummage, yeah. She suddenly seems a bit more like vocal.
Yeah.
I thought that was strange. I would have preferred more of a transition between her, growing emotional state, like reprogramming herself. It does feel a bit abrupt.
Yeah. I feel where the really abrupt break is when it becomes a fight actiony type element of the film, which understand that kind of does need to happen because of the way the film is sort of split into the technology world and the natural world. And Ros being the bridge between those and enlisting the animals to understand what her purpose is. Her purpose is to make life better.
Yes.
And she does. But actually the company that want to make life better don't appreciate the elements of the natural world. It's that abrupt change to me was like,
yeah,
but I didn't necessarily dislike it.
No, yeah, it's understandable why they did it, because I was thinking like I would like a movie where there is no modern day stuff at all, where we don't see any kind of where Ros came from or anything like that. It was literally just the robot in the wild for the entirety of the film, and leave it open to interpretation of where she came from. But I can understand why they didn't go that route, because I don't know how they would end it. I don't know what would happen.
Yeah, and if they ended it would be an ending. It wouldn't be a franchise. And they clearly want to adapt the other books as well. I like the characters in this. I think Catherine O'Hara is great as the opossum.
Yeah,
I think she's really good, and the opossum kids are so funny.
Yeah, I love when she thinks one of them's dead. It says she's got 7 kids. Oh no, 6 kids.
Oh, 6 kids, and then she comes back. I loved that the kids, when they were trying to pretend to be dying, gave themselves like motivations for dying.
Yeah, that's sepsis.
Meningitis
like
takes a long time. Okay, that sort of stuff was really funny to me because that's exactly how kids think.
Yeah.
I thought Matt Berry was great as the beaver.
I was great. I was very happy to see him show up. I didn't know he was in the film.
No. I thought Ving Rhames was great as the Peregrine Falcon.
Oh, yeah.
I thought Mark Hamill was great as the bear. I kind of wish everyone had a little bit more time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think
that's what was missing.
The one thing I find confusing, this is like it doesn't matter for the context of the film, but it's more like what now? Like, it's like, at the end of The Hills of Eyes, where she's like broken and bruised and stuff, and on the edge of the mountain by herself with nobody around for miles, and meant to think it's a happy ending. What are they going to do when they need to eat? Like, they had that truce. What are they eating?
Oh, I think the truce is only there for winter.
Okay, so when spring comes, they just maul on each other again.
Yeah, well, they have to, right?
Yeah.
This is
they kind of brush over that a bit.
Yeah. They have a similar thing in Hoppers, which I think is a really sensible way to do it. And it's kind of like, we have truce when we meet, and then but otherwise you're fair game. You have to eat.
Yeah.
And I feel like this does a good job, but it does kind of brush over it, especially like the bit with Thorn. Thorn? Is that his name, the bear? Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And Rink.
Fink.
Rink?
Fink.
Bink. Fink.
Fink.
I couldn't remember his name. It was Ink. I knew it was an Ink. But where he's like, I'm going to chase you and kill you tomorrow. And he's like, just kidding. But he's not.
No, he's not.
He's not. He will chase him and try and kill him tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think Lupita Nyong'o did such a great job.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, really, really great stuff. Yeah. Brilliant voice acting. She sounds so... She sounds like an Alexa at the start of the movie. Yeah.
And you're right. There is it's almost like a switch, which is ironic considering she's a robot. But it's less subtle than it should be. That switch between robot and
because I feel they do a good job of like humanizing Rosm, like anthropomorphizing Rosm into being you know an animal rather than a machine.
Yes.
Like they gender her at one point, and it's not really it isn't like a big thing. It's like, you know, I was surprised when it did that little flash forward a couple of weeks and into Brightball's maturity that he calls her mom. I was surprised that they actually did that.
Yeah.
I think they did a good job with it.
He recalls her mum at the end
as
well, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
But it definitely is a found family film in more ways than one, and I quite like that. I really liked Fink's almost like... Fink is like a... I think it's a shame that they've done this with Zootopia. I think if they hadn't have done this with Zootopia, it might have had a bit more of an impact. He is a fox.
It sounded like he was doing an impression of Zootopia for a lot of this.
Yeah, it did. But when he has that speech at the end, being like, you know, you were my first friend, what am I going to do now? I don't want to go back to being hated and being alone. Yeah. And like the other animals say, like, well, you've got us, right? Apart from when we want to eat you or when you want to eat us. But that bit I thought was really good character development because, like, he is conning Roz at the beginning of the film and making her hunt for him and not look after Brightbill. I wish Brightbill stayed a little gosling for a bit longer.
Yeah, same.
I thought that was genuinely cute. That was like a good part of the film that I liked. Like when she had to pick him up to put the little bits of stick on the shelter she was building. I was like, but I was like, yeah, I understand as a parent that is so frustrating, but actually the child does want a little job. I liked the bear. I liked the falcon. I liked Longneck. I thought that the conversations between Longneck and Roz were really good.
The geese, to an extent, I like them as characters because there has to be an antagonistic force in a movie, regardless of how they are presented. But I didn't like how quickly they go to liking Brightbill because he's hailed as a hero. Because it does feel a bit... We still shouldn't like these characters. Like, they were really terrible to him, but now they like him because he did something for them. I don't think that's great. But they do that in movies all the time.
They do. And I think, like, the mitigation of that is that Longneck says, like, geese are terrible. Geese are gossipy and they're, you know, they can be switchy. They have a good heart, but they don't really know how to display it. So I feel like that at least is explained away as a sort of like weakness of the species. And I feel like that's a little bit of a jab at humans as well. You know, like, you know, they can be switchy. They can not really be empathetic. You need, in a film about empathy, you need something other than the robots who are non-empathetic. Because Rosm as a company and the other robots aren't in it for long enough for them to be the quote-unquote antagonists. So it's almost like... And this is why that sort of like half of a film, one side, half of a film, the other, feels more pronounced because you don't see the humans or whatever the tentacled robot is, Vontra, virtual observational neutralizing troublesome retrieval authority. That's a stretch.
That was worked backwards.
But Vontra isn't shown in the first half of the film. So
we don't know they exist in any capacity.
No. If they were, and let's say they came to secure some of the other robots, and Roz had have seen that, and Vontra had have been like, turn around and all of a sudden Roz isn't there anymore or something like that.
Yeah.
That would have given them a more villain feel.
Yeah,
but I
it
feel
would
like
have.
the geese were stepped up to be that villain.
I think it would have established them more in the world building that they exist. Because it is like it's a 2-hour film and it's like 45 minutes in when we finally see any kind of remnants of human civilization. Like, cause
it didn't feel like a 2-hour film.
It didn't. No, it flew by.
Yeah.
It's unclear to a certain point what kind of time period this is supposed to be taking place in. You get little nuggets. Yeah. No, I mean like when in terms of like human civilization. Like is this like
because there's
post
spaceships.
Anything? Yeah. Like until we actually see the spaceships and like the fact that the San Francisco Bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge, is underwater partially. We don't know when this is. Like it could just be like a modern day sci-fi with robots that somebody has invented robots, but this is presumably post-apocalyptic in some degree.
Climate related.
Yeah, because the island that they live on is probably just like a high altitude mountainous area that has become an island.
Yeah.
Which would explain the biodiversity of the area as well. Because most of those animals would not be living in that small of an area altogether, which is probably why they all fought and killed each other so constantly.
Yeah. Did you like that element of not knowing when it was set?
I did.
I did.
I thought I did, yeah. I didn't really want to know much more about the world building. I wanted it to be very insular.
Yeah. I like obviously it's a climate thing because they have greenhouses where they're having to build crops because they can't do that on open field anymore, especially not on flat land that's probably flooded. I liked that element of it. I really did. I don't want to see more technology, but I definitely know you are going to because Roz has gone back. It will be interesting.
Is that how the first book ends then?
I can't really remember because it was. I can't remember
because I don't know how they would get her back into getting any kind of like wilderness.
Book series.
I will say one thing that I really, really loved in this, which would on paper it sounds like it would be a bit cringe, but it was a very hype moment. Is when she shouts that she's a wild robot near the end. Which she tells them that she's not coming back. Yeah. It was a very Avengers Assemble moment. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, roll credits type of thing. I would like to tell you, but I cannot remember.
It's fine. I'm sure they'll work something out. Maybe the greenhouse probably gets like smashed in some way. She ends up swept out to sea.
I really liked this adaptation. I really liked it. I thought it was really clever. I genuinely, like, you see the art for the books. I don't know if you've ever seen the art for the books, but have a look at the cover art for the books while I'm talking. Okay. I thought it was very well replicated.
Let me have a look.
In the film. Like, it feels like a picture. I know animation is a picture come to life. Yeah. But, it felt like... Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I can, yeah.
It felt like that picture from the front cover would then move, and that moving would become the film, if that makes sense. That's a really terrible way to describe what I'm trying to explain.
Yeah, but I understand what you mean.
It felt like the animation felt like a watercolor in motion.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I really liked the messages in the film. I thought it was
the movements of Rosam in the film are so much fun to watch.
Yes, especially when she's imitating animals.
Yeah, when she does the crab walk at the beginning, that was fantastic. Because her torso doesn't have like a front or a back; it's just a ball, so she can just like spin her head and turn around. Everything is so like bendy and flexible, and it's really, really enjoyable to watch.
She kind of reminds me a little bit of BB-8 in the sort of like that's how things move type of way. Or should move, like more organic and machine mixed.
Because it's very, very difficult to do organic movement with any kind of metal because, metal is a solid object. So they'll do stuff like, eye casings will move and stuff like that when they shouldn't really. It's like the same thing they do with the masks in superhero movies where they have to be able to emote. But
yes,
I think making them as bendy and spherical as they did in this really helps to give it emotion.
Yeah.
There aren't any points where you think, well,
like...
it wouldn't be able to do that.
No.
Because the metal wouldn't bend that way. It doesn't. Yeah, I'd never got that impression from it.
It felt very natural. It felt almost like technological rubber hose.
Yeah.
And I quite like that. Again, I know we've talked about... we haven't talked much about the plot. I don't think there is a lot of plot to this film. I think it is very much a sit-in-your-feelings film. Because I think if we talked about the film, I don't think we'd do it justice.
No, I think we would just rehash the plot. I think it's another one where it's better to talk about the messages and themes of the film rather than what actually happens in the film.
Yeah. I like the character growths. I like that they feel like they make natural decisions that are for the benefit of people, but also can sometimes feel compromising.
I think this is another Chekhov's gun of a movie as well, where everything pays off. Yeah,
really good.
I like that. Is it Possum, the beaver? I can't remember what his name is.
Or is it Patter?
Patter, something like that. I like that at one point they do kind of give the impression that he might be a villain in the film.
Yeah.
And then he's just not. He gets over it. He's like, no, I actually quite like these guys.
Paddler,
that's it, yeah.
But there's a lot of, behavioural coding in this film as well. Like, people act naturally. Thorne is aggressive, but actually has some sort of deeper understanding of what's going on. Paddler is slightly neurotic, driven by an urge to cut down that giant tree that ends up, being useful.
Yeah, Chekhov's tree.
Chekhov's tree. I like Catherine O'Hara as Pinktail. I think she's really good. Really maternal, but also as an animal. Like, I've lost a kid. Okay, I've got 6 more of those. And I'll probably have 6 more next year. Really good. Really good. I'd probably give this again a 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10.
I loved it. 10 out of 10. Great. Both. I'm giving both of them 10s.
Oh, wow.
I think they're great.
Wow.
I think this has been. It's been a long time since we watched 2 absolute belters of films in one go.
Yeah. What did you call it yesterday?
Oh, right, Bobby Dazzler.
Bobby Dazzler of an episode.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So we're going to ruin that streak next week by watching Camp Coral and Yo Yogi.
Yeah, we're going to have to pick episodes of that.
Just do the first ones. Who cares?
Yeah. All right, we'll do the pilots of those ones.
Yeah.
I genuinely thought these 2 were really good good pairing. In terms
it was
of showing...
we do that sometimes, don't we? Where it's a surprisingly good pairing. Where it turns out both of these films are like giving the same messages in different ways.
On retrospect, if I'd known how close these were going to be in terms of themes, I would have suggested we do 3 and do Hoppers.
Yeah,
because Hoppers is a very, very similar message. So we'll have to do Hoppers at some point.
We will, yeah.
I do like this alternative attitude towards technology where it's not always bad. I like this.
Yeah.
Like we said before, technology isn't a good or bad thing. They're reductive words. Like, it's just what you do with it. Like a gun is not inherently a bad thing. It's what you do with that thing that is bad.
Yeah.
Although gun is probably a bad example.
Guns are pretty bad.
What good are you doing? I suppose if you're hunting, a gun is a good thing, right?
Well, we'll say make it a bit more focused, and we'll say a submachine gun is probably not a good thing because you're not using them for
an AR-35, not particularly sensible or good thing. But yeah, 2 utterly fantastic films that were just really enjoyable to watch. And I mean, Mitchell's versus Machines, we both knew we really liked it because we'd seen it before, but I was surprised at how much I loved Wild Robot.
Same. I
mean, that's it for the episode. Bit of a short one this week. That's Toonhounds.
hour and a half. It's not
Still
short.
an hour and a half, yeah. But let's talk about what we're doing next week. So next time on Toonhounds. So we're doing Babies 2.
2 babies.
2 babies. We are doing Yo-Yogi, which I do have fond memories of, but I think it's going to be shit.
Yes.
And SpongeBob Camp Coral, which I've never seen.
Never seen, don't know anything about it.
It's also going to be shit.
All I know about it is that people think it's shit or like shouldn't have been made. So let's see.
Let's see.
Are we certain that it's a TV series? It's not like a special. Are there like episodes to it, or is it like a 40-minute thing?
You are assuming that I have done any research on this, and I have not. But after that, we'll be doing psychic anime in Dan and Mob Psycho. And then by that time, we think that X-Men 97 Series 2 will be finished, so we'll probably be doing X-Men 97 Series 2 and give each episode a ranking. That might be a bit of a longer episode.
And if it's not done, we'll do something else. Yeah.
But
we'll wait until it's done before we do it. Yeah.
We won't do what I wrote in the margin of my book, Eurobeat Disney, which is just a note I made on someone doing an email. But yeah, we haven't got any other things lined up. And we had, the last time we wrote anything down to do, I think was about 5 episodes ago.
Yeah.
So we need, since Mouse May, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 topics on the docket. So if you want to suggest something or want to send us an email, you need to send it to toonhounds@gmail.com. Talk about some of the things that we've done, suggest new themes, tell us how great we are, disagree with us, agree with us, whatever you want to do. Just send in an email. Even if it's just like I really enjoy the show. That's fine. We'll read that and we'll talk about how cool we are for a bit. Or tell us about what comics you've read recently so that we can talk about comics for a bit. Yeah. We love doing that.
Absolute Batman's been great recently. I've been loving that.
Oh, absolutely. Since the beginning.
Yeah.
Just so good. The whole Absolute line is so fantastic.
It is, yeah. Like, shockingly so, I would say. Yeah. It took them like 4 attempts to do a kind of reboot of the DC universe that wasn't shit. But I think they finally managed it this time. I
wonder if DC have a sort of like detachment to their previous continuity. I wonder if at some point they'll say, I don't care about the stuff that happened before. Let's just go with the Absolute line. And I'd be okay with that.
I'd be alright with that, yeah.
End the current DC continuity and start again. Why not?
Yeah. Why
Marvel
not? For the
6th
time.
Yeah. Well, they do it in half measures, though, don't they?
Yeah, sort of.
Like
yeah.
Crisis.
Like they did that thing where Superman
52.
got hit by some psychic beams or something, and he remembered his past lives or something like that. And they sort of like old Superman and Lois showed up, and they were characters in New 52, and it gets confusing.
Yawnsville.
Really confusing. Yeah.
That's what I say to that. So if you want to talk about that sort of stuff, then send an email to toonhounds@gmail.com. Go support the show or at Patreon/Toonhounds, patreon.com/Toonhounds.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You can't forget the .com.
What else can you do? You join the Discord if you're a Patreon member.
Yeah, you can join the Discord if you're on Patreon. Talk to our friends.
Yeah, talk to our friends.
You can just follow the show on YouTube. You don't get anything new out of it, but you'll be supporting us in a way.
Yeah, but then that's about it, really. We're a low drama show.
Yeah,
we're quite calm. You want to follow us? Go follow us. So, want to send an email? Send an email.
Like there's a Toonhounds Blue Sky account you can follow. I haven't posted on there in like 8 months, but go follow if you want to.
I mean, that's a great ad for it.
Yeah. Do what you like, really, can't you?
Do what you like, we don't care. But until next time, take care of yourselves, hydrate, it's very hot.
Oh, it is.
Go and support your local team in the World Cup.
If you
local
want.
Team.
Are they still in?
If you want. If you don't.
They won yesterday.
Yeah, they won last night.
Yeah, they won, yeah.
The next game is Mexico at 1 a.m. on Monday morning.
Yes.
I will not be watching that.
In a high-altitude stadium, apparently.
Yeah.
So they're all going to be like they're on they're all having asthma attacks. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Against a team that have only lost twice in the last 80 games.
Yeah. Good luck.
Insanity. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Don't give yourself too hard a time about feeling different or, not thinking the same way other people do.
Because neither do we.
Neither do we. Not even to each other.
No.
Bye.
Bye.